What is up, everybody? Yo, we're live here tonight. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna read through this Reddit. This is old news here, but this Reddit, MCPON had a Reddit Ask Me Anything, right? So he's got an office up there that is well in tune with, pretty well in tune, I'd say, with Reddit and everything else, right? A lot of social media stuff. So, we're going to check that out tonight. Let me make sure I'm up on everything. If you're here with us, let me know you're here with us in the comments. Let me know if you tuned into this live. When this happened January 20th. So, obviously, I'm a little bit behind the schedule, being that I was on deployment during that time. But, whoa, there we go. Cut that. All right. So, he had some ground rules and he had some things that he sent out there. This was January 20th, 1400 o'clock update where he put some things out. One of the first things he put out was beards. Okay. I'm eating some popcorn too, so don't mind me. Eating some popcorn mixed with Takis. I'll try not to chew in the mic. I'm sorry, but I'm snacking tonight. It's Saturday night. The kids are enjoying a movie. I'm drinking some snacks. Let me know if you're here with us in the chat. So one of the first things he said was beards. Beards, this is a quote from the AMA. Beards is not a hill I want to die on one side or the other. The beard study is ongoing and will be presented to SecNav and other leaders sometime this year to inform decisions about the current policies. The study was ordered by our most senior of leaders in our Navy, and that demonstrates to me how serious this is being considered. I understand this is something many of you have brought up and find important, and I hear you. While we wait for the decision, though, I want us to focus on being better warfighters, human beings, and shipmates. Check, Raj. Cool. The beard thing, man, fuck. I've said it once, I've said it twice. I would love to stop shaving in my last few years here, but I've been doing it this long. I just keep going until they tell me I can't, or that I have an option not to, right? Pay and personnel systems, that's a huge one. Pay. I have a sailor right now that went the whole deployment not receiving one of their pays that they're entitled to. And they're about to get a back pay, and you might think, well, at least they're going to get that back pay when it hits, man. It's going to be like, wow, all at once. That motherfucker could have used that money the whole damn deployment for whapow, right? They could have paid a bill off whapow, And when I went down there the other day to help him out, because he was neglected and kind of like, oh yeah, come back. This was a Thursday, and they told him come back Monday because apparently they already had their fucking Friday figured out that they weren't going to be here. Thanks, fucking Isik, right? The department down there had the audacity to be like, sound like fucking 1999 fucking dial-up internet with all the fucking huffing and puffing they were doing, right? But he got it done. All right, so let's get through this here. They had ground rules set out. I'm going to try to go through this kind of fast because there's a lot of feedback, and the MCPON and his team, right, did not answer everything. Obviously, they don't have that capacity, understandably. But I'm trying to see just exactly what's going. Like, what was the highlighted things that they did actually answer? I already breezed through this a little bit. Didn't get very far before I hit live, go live. But, people talking about money. Money's the huge one, man. Like, them shutting down PSDs, and he did have an answer somewhere in here to the PSDs being shut down. And what it was like they shut them down too fast, too soon, too abruptly without having everything. Super fucking sad. Oh no. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Because I had a little boo-boo there. All right. Let me know in the comments if you're here with us tonight. Let me know what you what's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? Thanks for tuning in. So going back to the MCPON, right? So he was talking about like they shut shit down way too quick and they didn't have the infrastructure around it. Pretty standard Navy operation there, which is a complete shit show. Hate to say it, but that's just the way that fucking goes sometimes, right? And well, more often than not, that's the way it goes, and it's bad. It's no good, right? No bueno. So this person said that. I got a kid walking in here. Hold on, baby, go inside. What? I love you, sugar. My daughter, man, she's all of me for my payback, right? Let's see. So there's that. I'm trying to figure out the ones that actually got some answers. Here's someone talking about the blah, 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 whatever. They're pretty much saying a big old fuck you to the Navy because they retired and they were homeless, but they weren't really homeless, but whatever. Let's get through here. Here's one. Was able to take almost zero leave for almost 3 years because they were stationed in, I think this one they're saying they were stationed in Guam. Familiar with Guam here recently. Due to high op tempo, how high the op tempo was. Real quick, when I call bullshit, slight bullshit, whenever I see was able to take almost zero leave. So what the fuck was it, Shippy? Was it zero leave? Right? And by zero leave, did that actually mean your command had zero leave periods? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I don't believe that. Right? I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying I just don't believe that your command anywhere, everywhere had a zero leave periods for 3 years. Maybe this just wasn't the most opportune leave period. That wasn't at Christmas where you wanted to go and take leave. Right? But maybe it was just a leave period. Like I said, maybe it wasn't a leave period that you liked. So you said, boo-hoo, fuck it. I don't want to go home and it's too fucking expensive. So that's on you, fucker. If you make the decision that you don't want to spend the money, that's on you. That's not on the Navy. That's not on your command. Does it suck? Sure, it sucks to fucking pay a lot of money for a plane ticket. Guess what? I've been there, right? First duty station, Signella, E2, buying a $1,200 ticket to fucking get home. Red Eye Rich, motherfucker, tell me right now, did you get the red eye? If you did, you need to come through so I can make fun of you. If you didn't, change your name, dork. That's Red Eye Rich. That might be my roomie from boot camp. Yo, what up, Red Eye Rich? Thanks for tuning in. But you know what I'm saying about the leave thing? Like, come on now, man. That could be just all on you. You said almost zero leave for almost 3 years. A lot of almost bullshit in there, man. A lot of almost bullshit. Let me know what you think. Let's keep going. I'm trying to look for a MCPON post or a highlighted post that were actually. Here's one that's highlighted right from someone. I got a few, and I'll break them into parts. This is me reading. Beards. There's a clear demand signal across the fleet that men should be allowed to grow facial hair beyond mustaches. The typical excuse, safety, doesn't wash in the context of both existing sailors with waivers, partner nations' ability to get underway with bearded sailors, and a significant portion of the force that are not in need of clean seal on a daily basis. In that light, why are we still restricted from professional facial hair? Look, man, one of the worst things you could do is use yeah, but they have it. Yeah, they motherfuckers aren't Americans. So stop using them as an excuse. Stick to the script. The script is it safe or unsafe? Prove that it is safe, that we could get a fucking seal, and then go forward from there. I hate when people make fucking stupid ass arguments based on shit that does not matter. Right? Other countries and what the fuck they do don't matter. Okay? What matters is us here and what our regulations and our safety things say. Prove that wrong, and then let's grow fucking beard. Okay? What do you need to do to restore trust of this mess amongst non-chiefs? Ooh, love this one. I know numerous people who have lost their respect in the institution of the CPO, from the selection process to initiation to the day-to-day concept of chief's business. It has become much harder to accept that we are doing things the right way. At my command, we lost every single selectee for the entirety of the season. That's funny. I bet they were still accepted, weren't they? Yeah, I bet they fucking were. So who's that on? if we're losing, if the junior sailor is losing the respect and the trust of the Chiefs mess, which it happens, right? I have no fucking answer for it, right? I affect only those closest to me that I can affect, and everyone else, their chief can fucking handle that, and we'll go from there, right? Is that the political thing? Like, think globally, but act locally, right? I act locally within my division or department. After that, I do what I can, out there on the deck plates, but outside of that, I can't fucking fix everybody. If I have the interaction here and there, I'm not a dick. I treat them like just a person that I'm fucking hollering at, right? Like, yo, hey, you can't do that, bro. Come on. And then I keep it pushing. Or hey, yeah, what's up? Hey, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. Whatever. Oh, yeah, you have a good day, too. I'm not, I'm polite. But this shit right here, the last line is what fucking gets me right here. At my command, we lost every single selectee for the entirety of the season. I would like some more amplification on that. What are you talking about? Like, every selectee during your season quit? I would ask why. No shit, right? Easy question. Why? What do you mean you lost them? You lost them as in they were like, fuck the Chiefs mess? That's most selectees. That's me during the season somewhat, right? Hold on, I think I got a kid. Oh, the movie's done. All right, put on another movie. Movie's done. They're watching Book of Life next movie. I just laugh at this. We lost every single selectee for the entirety of the season. Again, it goes back to, but I bet at the end of the season, they still went through final night and they're still accepted. So maybe junior sailors are losing trust of the Chiefs mess because that selectee, although they're that junior sailor going through the process and then now becoming Chiefs, maybe junior sailors are losing trust in the Chiefs and the process and everything like that because they can see that a selectee is dropping out, quitting. They hear about it. But then at the end, they're still standing in formation at the fucking pinning ceremony to Chief. That's one thought. Just that would really be the left field thought right there, right? Of that. A lot of people wouldn't agree. A lot of people would come with some other bullshit about, well, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm just going with what I see here real quick, right? Junior enlisted living conditions. Do you have a long-term plan for addressing the general conditions we expect our most juniors personnel to live under? From the post yesterday to accounts from G-Dub, it comes across the Navy literally has no interest in or accountability mechanism for the barrack ships that we expect our junior personnel to live in. Hold on. Penny, did you say something? Kids don't know where I hid the remote from them. Now they're trying to find it. That should be fun. Again, so yeah, there are some barracks that are complete trash. Speaking for San Diego, I know there has been some barracks. I don't know if there still is, but I have one sailor in the barracks. I have not heard any complaints. Right. Between new barracks that are being built and the fucking beacon that's here in San Diego, at least at 32nd Street, the Pacific Beacon, I think junior sailor living conditions are better than they ever have been. I think this is just your typical today's society. Hold on, pause. It's under the blanket. They didn't move the blanket. They're looking. They're not looking. Silly kids. What was I saying? So, once upon a time, all junior sailors lived on ships, and it wasn't good enough. And now they're in barracks, and some of those barracks are complete shit. But a lot aren't. But that's not good enough, right? So I think it's just like the usual cause of that, right? Like it's just never good enough until you come into the Navy and you get to live in the Beacon as an E1 with no fucking experience, with no qualifications, with no nothing, and you get to collect BH. It just won't be good enough on that, right? Moderately gruntled. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Is gruntled a word, or is it he's trying to say disgruntled, but he's trying to be cute? 19-year NSW ET1. I could say a lot more about the moderately gruntled 19-year NSW ET1. All right. That's funny. Like the way he signs that, right? Moderately gruntled 19-year NSW ET1. So are you telling me you've been in NSW the whole 19 years or just some of it? Or that you've been there long enough that you feel that you're special also and that you should call that out and say that you've been part of NSW or that you're part of NSW. Guess what? Nobody fucking cares. Moderately gruntled 19-year NSW ET1. Fucking dummy. That just sounds stupid. It's like to try to call it. If you, how bad are the barracks in NSW? Real bad? I bet they're not, because most NSW are pretty senior, at least second class. A lot, in my experience, most of them, I think all of them were second classes, right? So all of them were living out of town or at the Beacon, right? A lot of them were not staying in the barracks over on Coronado, at least when I was stationed there, right, as an E5. It just kind of sounds a lot of horse shit there. Not saying that you can't get to other people, but I'm, just pointing that out there. Let's keep going. There's just a lot of comments, like just random, bullshit. Let's get down to OP here. Verified MCPON staff gave an answer, answered in my updated post. What is this? Who are they replying to? Let's see what they're replying to. I gotta scroll back up to all the way up to. All right, so this is the original question that I like, the 3-part question that I asked or that I told about. Number one, so number one is about the beards. Number two, I asked that you watch, view, and assess me. There's nothing worse than like staff people using the wrong fucking words. And this is coming from someone with the 10th grade English, right? Double check your shit before you post it, because I'm pretty sure they're trying to assess, right? I asked that you watch, view, and he says assess me on what I'm sure they're saying assist me on what I do and what we accomplish. Assess, maybe it is assess me on what I do. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Assess me on what I do and what we accomplish. I'm the Navy CMC, and it all starts with me. Every CPO at the local level should be conducting themselves and carrying out actions that reflect my mission, vision, and guiding principles. Your MVGPs are not different than the eval MVGPs, are they? Like, if you're going to use that lingo, then your MVPGs are all the same. If we do this, every CPO will be supporting their sailors in the Navy and be something we all respect. Okay, cool. That's like, to me, a rubber stamp answer. I want to ensure that every sailor has a safe and secure place to live and work in executing their oath of enlistment. First and foremost, we need to ensure we are housing our sailors in quarters that meet or exceed our standards. I, as well as our leadership, need to know where we are not meeting those standards so we can get those conditions fixed. There are some facilities and conditions in our Navy that are going to need to raise our standards. I'm working closely with policymakers and leadership to make these changes. Pro tip: when you find yourself in Hawaii, go to Ono Steaks and Shrimp Shack in Waimanalo. Extremely happy 35-year MCPON. I love the subtle clapbacks to motherfuckers that post dumb shit, right? And that's to the moderately gruntled 19-year NSW ET1. So that's the extremely happy MCPON giving the answer back to him, right? I don't know if he said he was in Hawaii or something. Maybe that's why he said. Okay, so the number 2 answer about Chiefs, yeah, that's kind of rubber stamp. Number 3 about where sailors need to live. Yeah, I think you need, more importantly, like when in barracks and in housing, when sailors see shit fucked up, I don't think they go to their chain of command fast enough, soon enough, early enough. Stand by. They're asking permission for what movie they can watch. I love that. They don't inform their chain of command early enough to be like, yeah, hey, I got mold or something. Maybe there's not inspection enough happening, but like, fuck, man, are you serious? Like, oh my God. Do I really need to inspect a fucking 20-year-old's room? One, to make sure it's clean. I've never liked that. Two, to see if it's the actual barracks is good enough. But besides that, it's the part of like, why do I need to inspect the actual, besides inspecting my sailor to be sure they're fucked up, why do I need to inspect the barracks? The barracks should be inspecting the fucking barracks for material readiness, to use the most common term here in the Navy, right? Don't like it. Okay, here's a good one. This one's highlighted. Don't know if MCPON gave an answer, but it's highlighted. MCPON, why is the Navy giving bonuses to people coming in the Navy and enlisting when it seems like the Navy is having a large problem with the retention? Because it's also having a large problem with fucking recruiting. That's my answer. Duh. Is there any plan on giving the sailors who want to stay in more of an incentive bonus? No, they're already here. A smart-ass answer. Also, there has been a large increase in suicides. As a corpsman, I've seen the Navy medical system fail sailors in the fleet when it comes to treatment of their mental health. If a sailor comes into me and tell me they have suicidal ideation, we get them to the ER room. At the ER room, they are sat in a room and talked to by a provider and how large of a danger they are to themselves. The sailor is then faced with two options: get him into the hospital at the mental health ward, which could cause problems from taking him away from his or her home life as well as their work obligations. Pause. If you're having suicidal ideations, work is the last fucking concern. It's not a concern. So even this corpsman posting this, saying that, you know, it could take them away from his or her home life. Yeah, I mean, your family's going to miss you, but better they miss you while you're at the hospital getting better than miss you and being dead. After that, period, I don't give a fuck about work. If you're better and alive anywhere in the world, anywhere doing anything, I don't fucking care about work and why you're missing. And God, that's fucking stupid. I just hate that they added that in there, right? Or they get a referral in most weeks or even months to be seen for their mental health. I would really like to see a change in this matter to ensure that sailors who are having mental health issues can be seen in a timely manner and not feel like they're being forgotten or unvalidated. God, fucking validation. And my third question. I guess that's a third question, yeah. There have been many changes for female regulations in relaxing their standards. When can we see men get the option to get some standards relaxed, such as mustache regulations or beards? I think sailors would benefit from being able to express themselves with mustaches and beards, such as female sailors have, by expressing it through their nail polish, or by their hair color, or by their new diamond earrings. Thanks, MCPON. Please read and consider my questions as well as other sailors. Thanks. Whoa, I already went over the mental health thing. We have some other episodes here that talk about mental health and stuff, right? Mental health is serious, right? Again, the work thing, I don't give a fuck. If you're having mental health thing, I don't give a fuck about your impact of loss, of missing things for appointments or anything like that. Go get the fucking help you need. Bottom line, okay? I've lost shipmates to suicide. It's not taken lightly. I prefer you to just go get help. If that means you're lost to the ship, to the command, to the work, if whatever, I don't care. Just go get the help, right? And that's all I'm going to say about that. I like it, the third question here about the regulations for females and males and stuff, right? I love how they phrase this as, when can we see men get the option to get some standards relaxed? I think that's funny because I remember a previous MCPON, I'm pretty sure, that got all the hell in the fucking world about telling sailors to lower their standards. But I guess if you don't say lower your standards and you say, hey, yo, could you just relax your standards a little bit and then we'll be good? Then we're good. As long as it's for you, the sailor, and it benefits you. But if it's for me, the asshole chief, and I'm telling you, hey, relax your standards, then it's not good. I'm just a little confused about that. Are we relaxing, lowering standards, or are we not relaxing and lowering standards? Again, trust. I grow a fucking nice beard in about a fucking week. That's I'd say about a quarter inch in a week. Nice all the way around. Full, great gray chin because I'm old and stressed the fuck out. right? Besides the great chin, a lot of red and brown through from sideburns all the way down, luscious. It's beautiful. I wish I could. I wish I could stop fucking shaving. I would love that beard. I'm not lowering my standard or asking for relaxed standards because boo-hoo-hoo, girls get to wear different kinds of nail polish. That still must complement the skin tone, right? That, oh, they just get to wear different earrings, not just silver or gold. Fucking who cares, right? The ponytail thing, I don't like it, but who fucking cares still? Bro, what do you want to do as your hair as a man? You want to grow it out and put it in a fucking man bun? Okay, I guess you got a point. I wouldn't want to do that, but I guess you got a point. Like, ooh, why can't we relax our standards and grow our hair out and let it down and shake it a little bit? Fucking A, man. Again, when it comes to the beard thing, just like you need to have a better argument than boo-hoo fucking us. Base it on real shit. The science is there or it's not there to say we can or can't get a fucking seal. If we get a fucking seal with a beard at a certain length, then fucking let us grow the beard. Outside of that, you just sound like a bitch bitching. All right, let's keep moving here. MCPON answered, this is a great idea and I'll work with our... Wait. Oh, so he answered. So MCPON answered to somebody else. This is a really good idea, actually. So they answered to... Oh, so, okay, this is talking about, like, all hands calls with the MCPON or fleets, all hands, right? So I'll jump back to the MCPON's answer coming down. It's on the same thread, but sometimes I think people don't know how to use Reddit. MCPON, is there any way to publish your all hands calls and answers to the fleet's questions? I think that this would really be informative to the entire fleet, real time, on where we are on large issues. I'm sure you get asked about beards at every all hands call. This has to be possible, as the last MCPON made public via text the entire infamous interaction with the G-Dub crew that created Lower Your Standards. Funny they bring that up when don't call it lowering your standards. We're just trying to relax them a little bit, okay? Memes are still being regurgitated across all social media. Also, what is your vision on leadership's role in social media? As a leader, I am overwhelmed. What the fuck are you overwhelmed about, leader? Okay, pause again. I'm fucking lost here. Also, what is your vision of leadership's role in social media? As a leader, I am overwhelmed. About fucking what when it comes to social media? That grandma keeps fucking tagging you in every post? That your aunt fucking Susie Q fucking keeps tagging you in every post? That's confusing to me. What the fuck are you overwhelmed about? That you volunteered to be the ship's PAO because, another check in the box, hoo-yah, you're going to do it. And now they're asking too much of you as a ship's PAO to fucking post to Facebook or wherever. That you can't think of a cutesy-pootsy hashtag for your ship or command. I like, fucking make it make sense to me. Leadership's role in social media, don't fucking post within your group or your command, or just leave that shit, right? Follow your command so you can see what they post and leave it at that. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, going down. This is a really good idea, actually, especially when because there may have been minor questions that might not seem a big deal, but that a lot of sailors may be asking or at least wondering. It would help with transparency and trust. MCPON's answer. This is a great idea, and I'll work with our PA team to figure it out. I'm not sure if we have anything we could push now, but we will look and make our next all hands call public. It is a lot of work to transcribe an all hands call, so I don't plan on asking the team to do that anytime. It's not. I've talked about this before back when I had a episode about the MCPON shit, right? MCPON spin. Excuse me. I need to wet the whistle. I think people are thinking, oh, I need to transcribe that. And meaning, it's like dictation, right? I know about dictation because we had, I worked at a doctor's office before I joined the Navy, and we had some ladies that's what they did. They came through, they picked up the tapes from the doctors, they took them home, and they just fucking listened to them and fucking typed. 100 words a minute. Done. Right? And they dropped them back off. They pick up once a week, drop off the next week, pick up again. Right? I don't think that's what the fuck we're asking. and maybe just because I'm here sitting on in my makeshift studio with a camera in front of me and a laptop, that I realize how easy it is. I don't think you MCPON or you PAO team of the Navy, and shout out to my homie, check that episode out. He knows, but like, it is so fucking easy to be able to record audio and video and post to YouTube, DVids, or anywhere else. It really is real fucking easy. And if you need help, let me know. And I'm not going to do it for free, but I won't charge you. But also, if you want to put me on shore duty right now before the next deployment, I'll also do that. But I'm not moving to DC either, because guess what? When it comes to fucking social media, anything, it's a remote job. Fucking dumb, stupid. Oh, this guy said it's called Podcast Live on YouTube, Discord channel, Twitch, Facebook. How do we all have these PO and MCs, but we can't figure out how to communicate in 2023? I could have you set up with a phone and a $350 wireless mics. Get the right people on the right team, and these things become so much easier. Oh, and you could stop traveling, save gas per diem, and all the travel costs. We love saving money and the planet, right? You could do a weekly stream and reach more people in a month than you do in your whole 4 years traveling. Shit on them. Jacques Travel Blog. What's up, man? I met this guy in Singapore. Hope you're doing well out there, and hope the channel's doing good. Topic, lack of leadership development, junior enlisted. Okay, I'm skipping that. That's one is way too long, and two, not the topic I want to fucking talk about tonight. Nope. I'm trying to look for the red highlights or something from the MCPON. Oh, let's go back. Let me see. Seriously, why do we use these stupid PRR forms and when we get flight tickets and shit only 3 days in advance? Ooh, let's talk about flight tickets. The Navy wastes so much money buying our tickets 3 days out when they could buy them a month out right after I put my PRR form into admin. It's ridiculous. I PCS'd from Europe to Norfolk. Literally, he typed Norfolk, or she did, for a C school with my ultimate command in Japan, and they bought my wife a ticket to Japan and me a ticket to Norfolk, while completely ignoring the fact that I put in a pet PRR form in for my dog and marked that I was going with pets. I had to spend $2,000 out of pocket for my wife and dog to come with me to Norfolk. SOFA rules, as far as I know, dictate that she can't go to Japan without me anyways. So why the fuck would they do that? We need an app to control this stuff. Apps always seem like the answer, right? We feel all caps, your pain on this one. It is a workforce issue, and we are trying to get more people hired and back to work, which tells me that there's still a lot of civilians teleworking, which that shit's coming to a close. This is in January, so that shit should be done by now. Although I'm a big proponent of fucking teleworking, it's hard to get shit done with a fucking civilian when civilians run so much shit when they're not there, right? And maybe that's another episode for another time. Blah, 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 bullshit. Here's a highlight. Oh, I love you, baby. Love that my kids just stopped by to say I love you. Good afternoon, MCPON. My question falls in line with the priority of increasing sailors' quality of life. Has there been any discussion at any level that can actually enact a change? Isn't that a funny question? At any level that can actually enact a change. Well, when you say enact a change, what the fuck do you mean? At the level of who could say, yes, here's the money for a fucking new barracks room to be built? Because that's a pretty fucking high level. And that conversation isn't had. It's given to them, it's presented, and then it's approved, and they don't talk about it. They fucking stamp yes or no. I just hate when fucking people don't understand, like, the levels to the shit, and at what level do the conversations stop, and they just start saying yes or no. Right. Has there been as to allowing sailors to request co-location with their co-parent, right? So I went off on tangent there, but at any level, then actually enact a change as to allowing sailors to request co-location with their co-parent. The Air Force has already established this instruction that put co-parent co-location at the same level as married members co-location. Interesting. And part of me wants to be like, yes, absolutely right, because still, like, percentage wise, it's a lot of times it's divorcees, male in the military moving away from ex female spouse and kids, and could be separated, right? And check fucking stats out there. Kids need dads in the household, right? So part of me says yes, but the other part of me says, I don't fucking care. That's your problem. Sorry. And I know a lot of divorces out there, right? But part of me just be like, no one told you to get divorced. No one told you to fucking get married at fucking 18, have 3 kids by 23, and then divorce it by 25. So what the fuck? So now, because I mean, just some of that is just, then there's no, it just makes it easier to jump out of shit when you're in the military. And not that you shouldn't get out of it if it's fucked up anyways, but it just makes it easier to be like, I can do this, I can do that, and then fuck it, and I can just play the system, and the system is catering to me. What about everyone fucking else? Right? What about all the bullshit that detailers talk about, you know, oh, we want well-rounded sailors, and you shouldn't just stay in one fucking area. And when me and my old lady, me and Nikki were fucking detailing as a couple with no kids, them trying to tell us like, oh, fuck you, you can't even be on fucking both shore duty at the same time, when it was obvious that we could. You know, it's just a sore spot with me. So let's go to question 2 here. The Air Force has recognized family dynamics don't always look the same. So why are co-parents not being given even an opportunity to request co-location while married couples with or without children are? So I guess this would be still meal to meal, right? Co-parents, so 2 meal to meal, divorce, and then they should be given. Like, it's understandable why yes. I understand more yes than no, but also, oh fucking well. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Just like the basis of it, I don't like it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just fucking don't. Let me know in the comments. I don't like it though. While married couples with or without children are. So I think that part. Because if that's your counter argument, fuck you. Disrespectfully. That for real. Like, fuck you. What gives a marriage certificate more weight than discussing assignments than a birth certificate or a custody decree? I ain't even going to this shit no more. I'm skipping this shit because, in my personal situation, my co-parent and I got divorced while in the middle of our tour in San Diego. He is very high op-tempo command. I was a non-deploying support center to that command. When we got divorced, we did so amicably in order to best provide some stability for the children. But when we were out for orders, I was told since I'm no longer married that I would be sent straight to sea duty. Yes, because that's how this shit fucking works. You're not in the Air Force. Go join the fucking Air Force. Likely PCS afloat, or if I was lucky, a direct support billet, and my co-parent was approved to retour at his present duty station, maintain the same extremely high optimal. When this believe feeling the minute I don't have marriage to protect my family. I'm skipping that. That's too fucking respectfully a mother and a sailor. I'm skipping it. I'm not going into it. I just don't fucking care enough about it, right? And not that it's not important. I think it is important. And there are some valid points in there. But that person is speaking out of emotion because they're relating to themselves and not just to a standard cross. And it's, to me, it's always more boo-hoo-hoo. When it's not right for me, then I want to make the biggest change. Instead of being like, and when the way they kind of call out of like, well, if you don't have kids, then you should be able to get fucked. But if I have a kid, then I should be able to fucking stay wherever I want because I have a kid. There's too many single fucking sailors out there that don't have kids that get fucked into situations just because they don't have a kid. They don't have a kid to be like, hey, I got to leave right now because I got to go pick up my kid. Hey, my kid / excuse, and I got to go because my kid / excuse. And they're the ones always getting fucked. And I used to be that single sailor. I used to, be that married without a kid sailor, right? And I felt that then. And it wasn't fair then. It still is not fair now. So don't try to flip the script and be like, you know what? It's not just about single sailors without kids, but now fuck the married people too. Because you're able to keep your shit together, but you decide not to have kids because it's not the right time for you or whatever. So you could get fucked. Fuck you. You get fucked. I'm going a little in today. I'm sorry. So this person had Super Frog 4. After 23 years of series, here are my questions related to our sailors and their well-being. Manning, apprentice, journeyman, supervisor, pay bands. Joe saying, I agree with you. It's not fairly applied. You damn right it's not. I'm going to read this question. It says, apprentice, journeyman, and supervisor pay bands. These pay bands used by staffs to show how well the fleet is manned are hiding significant problems because they are more than one pay grade. For example, under the current system, a ship can show that it is 90% manned for journeymen. What it does not show is that the 90% is mainly first or second tour E5s with limited experience filling E6 billets. Same goes for supervisor, where many first-year chiefs fill senior chief billets because senior chiefs have to fill master chief billets. Going back to pay grades for manning information would help highlight the true problems we have in the fleet. Okay, whatever. Promotions, pay and personnel problems, flag LOCs. Flag LOCs should be annulled as they take too long to process. 120 plus days. It should be replaced by a medal similar to the Navy Achievement Medal, only lower in rank and with less advancement points. This should be the primary award for sailors E4 and below that do a great job. I confirmed. Kid. These kids come in here asking for snacks. That kid wild, man. He had all the snacks he could have already today. Yeah, with flag LOCs, it is like I think E4 should get flag LOCs, right? But the process is so long. When in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I could just write up an AM and send it to the captain, and the captain can sign it, and boom, 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 done. Right? Yeah, I agree. Maybe not a new medal, but fuck, man. Like, if the captain says, hey, I would give this person a flag letter, then send it to the flag and have them fucking rubber stamp, pop, pop, go, good. Right? God, do something. Enlisted leadership schools. Why does the Navy not have brick and mortar enlisted leadership schools for E4 to E6 like the rest of the services do? We do very little to develop leaders at lower levels and then wonder why we fail at a higher level. These should be professional schools with our best leaders teaching the junior sailors. Blah. The fuck ever. Everyone knows I'm a sourpuss when it comes to enlisted leadership fucking anything. Now that I don't believe in it, it just, what the fuck? Okay, brick and mortar school. Who's your best leaders? How do you qualify or quantify who is the best leader? Because they put in a package and some other fucking leaders, fucking people in a different uniform pick them to say that they're the best qualified. What? Tell me, Joe. Tell me, Joe. How do you pick them? Because they did a 1 week course and they got this little certification that said that they're able to teach this because they showed up every day from 808 to 1600 at a class that said they could teach them, that they could teach somebody else. It just don't make fucking sense. You cannot, do they have to read so many Jocko books before they fucking are qualified? Do they have to have a degree in leadership? Because you could get those nowadays at fucking, schoolonline.edu. I think overall it's just a joke. I think not that it wouldn't help, not that, but how do you say that it does help? I just don't know how you say either one, right? So with that being said, most of it I think is just a waste of time, and I think we use it as an excuse of why we suck as the leaders that are supposed to be training junior sailors. We use it as an excuse as to why we can't do a good of job fucking training them up and getting them ready, and then why they suck. Because we don't have a brick and mortar fucking school. Yeah, well, ask the fucking retail brick and mortars how they're doing. Huh? The podcast is doing good, baby. How are you? Okay. Sailor preparedness course. Joe says, are leadership principles taught or known? Well, are leaders born or are they made? Answer that, Joe. Are they born or made? Because that's what you're asking. We'll get back to this. You answer that, Joe. Let me know. Sailors preparedness course. Sailors should attend a preparedness course prior to arriving at their first command where they qualify DC 306 through. Oh, my God. I don't know. MCPON answers this, and their answer is very short, but I'm just going to go through this because it's interesting. A first command where they qualify DC 306 and 3M 301 or their field equivalent, as well as a course on just how to be an adult from banking and finance to owning a car to laundry to voting, mental and physical health to how things should be done in the Navy like paperwork. A chance to start. No, Joe, you didn't ask that. You said, are they taught or known? That's different than if leaders are born or are they made. If they're born, does that mean they automatically know all these things? No, it doesn't. It just means that it's an inherited thing that it's in them, right? That natural born leader. Stand by. I'll be back. Hold on. All right, I had to check on the kids there. All right, Joe, you said it's a mixture of both. Sure, it could be a mixture of both. Joe says it was just a different way of asking the same question. I believe it's a mixture of a natural understanding and being taught certain leadership principles. Sure, I could agree to that, right? But if you don't have some natural ability, it's hard to teach, right? You cannot just learn, and I've said this before, I've said it 100 times. You cannot just pick up books, read shit that says fucking leadership on the cover and expect to walk into work and be like, I'm a fucking leader now, and everything I say, you should just trust me because I read the books. Okay? But back to the sailor preparedness course, talking about physical health, to how things should be done in the Navy, like paperwork, a chance to start all sailors off on the right foot. Also a safe space. Lost me. Also, a safe space where they're not being yelled at, such as basic training, where the info goes in one ear and out the other. Oh, my God. I'm just fucking like a preparedness course. Like, it sounds cool, but you're telling me how long is a preparedness course? How much longer are you going to delay the sailor in fucking reporting to their command before either reporting to A school or right, and then or after A school going to preparedness course and delaying their reporting to their command for how long to learn all the DC stuff? How long to learn the 3M stuff? Excuse me, right? And then A safe space where they're not being yelled at? So being yelled at is not fucking safe? Being on a fucking ship is not fucking safe. You fuck. You fucking 23 years of service fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that just blows my mind that you're like, boot camp is not a safe space. Boot camp should be one of the fucking safest spaces there is. Not that bad shit don't happen there. RDCs chime in if you fucking want. But you're under a fucking watchful eye at all times. There's nothing bad that should be happening. Now, again, there's some bad shit that happens. There's some fucking crazy shit that happens there. There's evil in the world. Yes. But it should be as safe as a... So what is a fucking safe space in the fucking military? Answer that for me, 23-year service fuck. And I'm sorry. It's just a soapbox, right? Sorry. Tangent, let me step off now. Offer ship berthing and parking at naval stations and shipyards. Sailors should be afforded a place to live off ship. They fucking are, stupid. And when in their home port station or shipyard. Where the fuck have you been for the last fucking 10 years, 15 years, 23 years service, fuck? This should be a nice and safe mixed-use type barracks with shops and eating at the lowest level and apartment-style rooms above and attached parking garages. It is. The cost is minimal compared to the yearly waste of money that occurs operation around the world. You're stupid. No, the cost isn't minimal because they get paid BH, and then the fucking privateered fucking housing people who run it take that full BH. So the government's paying a sailor BH, and then a private company is taking that BH. You know what would be cheaper? Put that fucking E5 that's not, or the E5 and below, the E4 and below that's not over 4. Put them on the fucking ship to live. That's what would be cheaper. Stupid. Uniforms. We waste a lot of money that could be used for better things. When we put out new required uniforms each year for surface submarines, I recommend that we adopt a blue coveralls as uniform of the day and allow sailors to wear them on and off base. No, absolutely fucking not. Blue coveralls off base. All you would get is shit looking fucking sailors off base walking around in fucking blue coveralls. You're stupid. I don't know who the fuck this person is, but they're absolutely... Let me go ahead and downvote this while I'm here. Okay? They're fucking dumb. You would look like shit. You'd have sailors walking around all of the fucking major fleet areas and in the smaller ones looking like absolute fucking trash. Hopefully, they wouldn't even wear those fucking blue, dirty, grungy, worked in, soiled, fucking nasty, stinky coveralls even off the ship. But guess what? There's dirty motherfuckers that would. And it's nasty. These uniforms should be also set up the same way as aviator flight suits with a unit patch on the side opposite of the name tag, a flag on the left shoulder, and a circular patch on the right shoulder. Obviously, the uniform should be clean if worn off ship. It fucking won't be. So you're telling me I can wear the same uniform on and off ship, to work, off work, going home, and they're not going to fucking change. Some sailors will, some won't. And the ones that won't are the dirtbags, and they're not going to fucking change. You gotta be kidding me, man. Some of the shit that fucking people say on Reddit. That's why I try not to be on here too much, because get my blood pressure going. MCPON said, this is a lot to take in. I don't want to do better justice than I have for now. Give me a little bit more time to get back to you. I haven't heard back soon. Please let me know. Someone said number 8 is an amazing idea. That's the preparedness course, right? Yeah, Joe, this is on Reddit. Under the Navy subreddit. I'm going to skip all that. Looking for some more highlighted ones, some more MCPON ones that you might have answered. Again, I had nothing because I was on deployment when the people put this shit out. A lot of pay issue ones that I'm seeing here. Oh, man, that's tasty. Here's one that the MCPON answered. Good afternoon. I'm a sailor currently serving in Florida in what's basically a tropical environment. The Navy does not recognize this unique environment in some ways, such as having us to wear summer whites year-round. My question is regarding the possibility of commands being able to more loosely issue the specific weather gear to help protect sailors from weather elements they'll experience in their geographical location. I automatically know where they're going, but commands being able to more loosely issue specific weather gear, no. Everything comes in your fucking sea bag. What specific weather gear do you need that isn't in your sea bag? Maybe like long john pants if you're in a very cold environment, because I didn't have those in mind, but I went a long time ago. So maybe not. I don't know. My question is regarding the possibility of command, blah, blah, blah. I've spoken with the Uniform Matters Officer regarding organizational clothing. Oh, God. Don't get me started on organizational clothing. Oh, my God. It's been the worst fucking mistake the Navy has made in the last 13 years. And was told by the ETCM, who returned my email, that the specific type of clothing, such as brown fleece, boonie hat, flame-resistant organization gear, can only be worn operational OCONOS only. Yes. Although I agreed that I would like a brown fleece instead of the black fleece, right? I used to have a brown fleece when I was in that community. That'd make hat. The boonie hat? What the fuck do you need to wear a boonie hat for? Are you telling me that unless you're a CB, okay? All right, unless you're a fucking CB, are you really working? And maybe this person is. I don't know any CB bases. There are probably some at specific at bases there in Florida. But like, what do you need the boonie hat for? Besides, you think you fucking look cool. You don't, dork. All right. Is there any possibility we could see that become less stringent in the features? Again, lower your standards. Is there any possibility we could see that standard be lowered in the future so sailors can wear gear that more accurately reflects the weather conditions and where they serve, such as being able to wear the boonie hats when maintaining ships in the harbor during the summer, where the weather is regularly in the high 90s in extreme UV conditions that last all day? Yeah, ask your fucking chief if it's okay to wear your fucking boonie hat while you got the needle gun out there on the fucking deck. If I'm that chief, I'm like, yeah, go fucking ahead, dude. I don't fucking care. Just go fucking grab the needle gun and hook it up to the air hose. You're fucking needle gunning. You're working. I don't care. Right? Like, I don't care so about when that shit. And if someone comes to me like, hey, why did I see Seaman Timmy wearing a boonie hat? Yeah, because I fucking told him, dick. What's your fucking concern? I'll have that. Me personally, I'll have that conversation in the mess with anyone that wants to try to come for my sailor. Right? And then I'll tell them, if you got a fucking problem with it, take it to CMC, take it to the fucking captain. My sailor had a fucking boonie hat as they were fucking grinding, chipping, this, that. Otherwise, shut up. Beat it, nerd. Great point. MCPON answered. Great point. Now let me ask what can be done. What can be done? Ask your fucking chief if you can wear your boonie hat. I'd hope that we could at least give the uniform prescribing authority for your region this latitude, if not your commander. Oh, look at that. Your commander, meaning your fucking CO, the captain of the ship. No promises, but I agree with you that we should not allow bad policy make our lives unnecessarily challenging. Yes, I agree there, MCPON. Oh my God, this is another fucking long one. I can't believe people had this much fucking time on their hands 5 months ago. Why are sailors punished for focusing and mastering the rate? I have seen many of my sailors get passed over on ranking boards for not having command involvement, volunteering, or schooling. Schooling has been out of the fucking, like, you got to have it for at least 5 years now. Okay? Fucking get up to speed. Okay? And if you're at a command where they're like, oh my God, they don't have college, then get them the fuck up to speed. But you're behind, so they're behind, so you're all a bunch of dicks. And you're not fucking going off the recent ladder or anything else. So fucking get there. But could work or could perform their job better than other sailors. I've seen too many sailors advance up in rank just on looking good on paper. Yes, that's always happening. But when actually needed to work on their on deployments, they would delegate or say they had those other things to do to get out of it. Understand those look good on paper. I was out later. For deploy, the part should be fully qualified personnel. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to go into that shit because really, if you're talking about you have sailors and you're a khaki and you don't know how to fucking write evals or set them up for success if they're getting passed over. There you go. Check yourself. What's being done about skill bridge for separating brands? It's very hard to get because there aren't a standard practice. There's Facebook groups, skill bridge. There is a standard practice. There's a fucking instruction, and they just updated it well after this, right there in May. There is a standard. There's been a standard of when you need to fucking do it and what it is, and to fucking follow it. What's being done about the plain divide and lack of trust in the Chiefs mess? There are many reasons why the divide is there. Hell, the infamous lower your standards was the old MCPON. And that's from the khaki side. We say lower your standards. On the blue shirt side, we say relax. Okay, so again, you're fucking dumb. Chiefs has far less repercussions than the listed land. There's no attempt to hide it. That's not true. Many sailors, and likely you, know a chief or two with a DUI or a frat case that just swept under the rug and that will never fly with an E6 or below. Also, very much not true. Hell, Ming Junior sailors have been busted down for far less. Also, not true, but it's easier to bust down an E6 and below than it is to bust down a khaki. That is true. Rank has its privileges, whatever. This is standard response from me and Chiefs when sailors bring up issues that think unfair. Why do I have to stay in and wait to be a chief before I'm treated like a person? The other branches believe leaders eat last. The mess eats a full meal while their own sailors are going through the 45-minute challenge to get small portions of or bland food. All the food is the same. Okay. See, there's no fight up the chain. There's no fight up the chain. Shit doesn't roll downhill. You can stop it. Many chiefs pass the blame right away to the sailors. And Joe, you said, do I think skill bridge has been overutilized? Absolutely not. I think TA is overutilized. Skill bridge is in there. They put it in there. I think people just are not used to it still, and they get butthurt that they're losing a sailor for 6 months. I don't think so. I think we should get over it, right? Because I'm gonna use fucking skill bridge to get out of that last fucking 6 months, and I'm gonna go find a fucking company that will hire me and go work for them. Back to this. Hell, me and Junior responsibility when sailor bring up the issue. Why do I have to stay in a way to be treated like a person? The other branches, 45-minute chow line. Yeah. This isn't all Chiefs, but it sure feels like a lot. God. I mean, that's not a wrong statement. It just sounds dumb. I've been lucky in my service to have Chiefs actually care about us and fight and have our backs. That we would work for and follow to any place that lead us, that I would gladly work for again. But this isn't everyone's experience, and that would be addressed by a man at the head of the mess. Staying late because it looks good, or not leaving early because it looks bad. Let me stop right there. Staying late because it looks good. No one is fucking looking at you or your sailors for staying late, thinking, "Oh my God, yeah, they're here so late. That's so good of them." If you guys want to, if you're a person that thinks that, right, on the other side, you're either the person, that thinks, "Oh my God, if I keep my guys here, it's going to look good." Then send the email, like type up the email that you want to send out, and then go to send it after fucking working hours, so it looks like you're there late. Okay, and Microsoft Outlook will fucking do it for you, so you can leave early, but the email will be sent later. Boom! There it is. There it is. People fucking blew your mind. I know. It's crazy. You're fucking dumb. There's no need to stay until 1800 every day, except that's the working hours. I think if you want to go be a nerd and read the Storm or whatever. So you're like supposed to be there until that, right? So if that's that, that's that. If there's nothing to do. If there's nothing to do, find something to be done. I could be the dickhead chief and do that. Right? Fine. There's always something to be done. There's trust. There's always something to be done. You did not clear off the work list today. Maybe just today's, but the entire work list is not done. So you could always work on the next thing. I hate when people think like that. And trust, I'm not a motherfucker just to keep people there all fucking day just to be like, yeah, we gotta stay here. Right? I do keep people sometimes. But come on, if there's actual work to be done, that's fine. It should be happening. But it's okay. So there's already high jobs. Blah, blah, blah. What does the MCPON actually do? How do you represent the listed? Good question. That is a good question. Joe has said, why do you think TA has been overly utilized? I think people focus not overutilized. I think it's just there's a bigger focus on TA throughout the force in getting their education for self improvement and lack of command and work improvement. Right? There's and this is during my time, 18 years in, right, Joe? During my time early in my career, there's a big push for the college, right? MCPON Scott, all this. That, every chief, if to make chief, you needed to be educated, you had to have a degree, all of that, right? And that almost pushed me out of the Navy because I did not join the Navy to be educated. But there are people that are still holding on to that. There are still people coming into the Navy that's like, oh yeah, I'm only here to do TA and only go to school. That is a far way the fuck down the road on your fucking time program, right? It's not that it's being overutilized. I know I said that, but it's not that it's overutilized, but it's that it should be. And I like what they did now, where it's more of a, you need to be in your second command, or you need to have so much time in and so much evals or whatever, right? That before more qualification stuff before you could use it. Because motherfuckers come in and be like, yep, I'm doing TA and I'm doing it right now, and I don't care about anything else except my degree. Right? So, yeah, that's a problem, right? And I'll just leave that at that. Check the last episode where I talked about that a little bit, about how to be successful in the Navy, right? And the abuses of shit like that. When are we going to, same thread here, when are we going to start treating sailors like adults? I can trust you with ammunition, full fuel, crypto, medicine, blah, blah. It goes beyond that. In Japan, you have to have a Liberty plan for the weekend. Cannot drink alone. Junior enlisted cannot stay out overnight. Man, the planes. There's a different curfew with junior and senior. Why? These are adults trusted to do so many tasks when it comes to the off-duty side. When you are taller, that needs to be taught and surveilled constantly. Although I like to think I treat my sailors like adults, they could chime in and let me know. Because when they're handling fuel, when they're doing medication, when they're doing crypto, there's always a supervisor around to double check it, that they can ask. When they're out on liberty in a foreign country getting fucked up, that supervisor isn't there, and that's when they fuck up. That's why they're not treated like adults often, and that's why they have an earlier curfew, to get them the fuck back on time so we could have a camp for them so they're safe. Now that I agree with it, right? Hey, you want to be treated like an adult? Cool, stand the fuck by. And as I told my sailors all fucking deployment, if you fuck up and you make me do admin paperwork on your ass the next day, stand the fuck by. Because now it's out of my control and you're going to be going up. Not that I'm out for them. I'm not out for any of my. I'm such a small department. I love all my sailors. They're fucking awesome. They fucking pipe hitting, fucking getting after it, fucking people. All right? Sailors. They're awesome. But I made it very clear. They fuck up, they're going to be going up because it's out of my hands now. Right? And trust, I did everything to make sure they were always back on time, to make sure that they were accounted for on time, all of that. Right? I won't go into details. Right? I ain't going to put out all of our departmental business out there. They knew when they needed to call me, and sometimes they called me. And when they called me, they were good to go. Right? But that's why that's why this person thinks they're not treated like adults, because sometimes they still had to make those calls, right? If they were being adults, they wouldn't have had to make those calls. They would have been good to go. But they've learned, and in the future, they're going to look after their sailors as I looked after them, and that's the most important thing, because I had a chief looking after me like that when I was them, right? How do you view group punishment? The mentality that everyone is responsible for the actions of one sailor is wild. One person got in trouble this week, so everyone needs to be held responsible is unnecessary. If there's group effort, punish the group, and if not, don't take it. Yeah, whatever. What is being done? Leave it collateral duties. Collateral duty shouldn't be your main job. That there shouldn't be 15 collateral duties that need to be done. There's already plenty of work need to be done. No need to add on to it. If there's really an issue, bill it for why. If it really is an issue, bill it for that. Why is Department Career Counselor doing more work than the actual Triple C at the billets? Yeah, fuck collaterals. That's what I say about that. Fuck them. MCPON replied to that, "We have this for action. We'll look into it." Such a great answer. Oh, here's a good one. This one's highlighted. First and most importantly, what is the Navy doing to address the mental health crisis and increasing suicides? I got a kid. Okay. Huh? Go inside. I didn't know we had a mental health crisis. I don't think we have a mental health crisis. I think these are words that people pick up from the media, and that's what they use, right? It's a mental health pandemic. No, it's just it's society, and society's changing, and things are amplified. Yes, there's suicide prevention awareness, but that's clearly not working. How do you know it's not working? All we're doing is showing the numbers of suicides. Is there any way to show numbers of suicides prevented from having the suicide people, the prevention awareness on board from having those? You can't quantify that. So how do you know it's not fucking working? One is too many. Yes, one is too many. But a person that wants to do it, unfortunately, will find any and every way to do it. And it's sad. And I don't ever want it to happen. I don't want any sailor to do it. I don't want anyone to be affected by it. But it's just the fucking truth. If you're going through that, the better thing would be to reach out to someone and ask for help, demand help and get the help. You could check yourself into the ER. You could ask your chief and hopefully they do the fucking right thing, get you to the ER, right? Because I'm not a medical fucking professional, but I'm going to get you to the ER. I'm going to get you some help. You could just talk to anyone. Talk to the suicide prevention awareness person. Talk to them. But again, they're not an expert. So the best thing you could do, right, if you're having those thoughts or you're thinking you're having those thoughts, if you're even thinking you're having those thoughts, is to go to the ER and tell that medical person that. It goes back to when we talked about earlier about like, oh, but I might miss work. Fuck work. You got to take care of yourself, right? I'm not even going to read this because, again, it's just it's super long again, and it's just more, I think, of the same stuff there, and we might be coming to an end here. We're already over an hour, yeah. MCPON answered the person though and said, "Thank you for the thoughtful comments. I agree that exhaustion is a leading factor toward mental illness in the fleet. More must be done to stop this cycle. We'll be doing a better job at adequately describing and assessing what a good leader is. Good luck. Our first push toward this is the MVGP, and next will be evaluations, followed by a better leadership training. Here are your concerns on leadership from the mess. Ditto. Agree. I want to see more objective-based and transparent promotion system." We could talk about promotion system here for a minute. Hold on. BH is a lounge for housing, just as the name says. We'll review how BH is computed over the next year. What they say? Last one was, lastly, settlers that live in base housing, specifically Liberty, should not have all their BH taken away. There's no reason that as inflation rises and you finally increase BH, that housing completely adjusts and takes all away again. This system is a scam and needs to be changed to match rates downtown so sailors have more money to actually support their families. If that's not possible, then COLA needs to be looked into as well. The current raise of 4.6 did not match the inflation rate of over 6%. But the point is that housing just takes the pay away. Signed, a concerned sailor. And so his answer of like, well, BH is for housing. So when you live in privatized housing, that's what the fuck they're going to do. They're going to take all your fucking housing. So guess what, motherfuckers, sailors, shipmates, stop living in fucking housing. And you're going to be like, yeah, well, I have too many kids and I can't afford a place out in San Diego for my 10 kids. You probably ain't got 10, but you got like fucking 4, right? That's big enough for all your kids. That's close to San Diego. Then you have to go to Temecula or Menifee or whatever. Well, guess what? No one told you to have 4 fucking kids or 6 kids or 8 or 10 or whatever. That's your life decision. So now deal with the fucking decision that you made of living in housing. I got a boy that had, how much kids you got there? I ain't going to say his name right now. But he got, what, 1, 2, 4, 6 kids he got. I never heard him bitch about fucking housing down here in San Diego. He live up in Temecula. He doing just fine for himself. Retired now. Shout out. You know who you are. Got you. Right? I'm sure it was hard at some point, but if you decide you want to have all those kids and housing is the only place you could live, then they're going to take your fucking money. Right? Now, is it a scam? Yeah, I believe that it is a scam, right? If your BH goes up and then the privatized housing automatically raises their rates, yeah, it's scammy, but it's probably something in the contract that says that they're going to take all your fucking money. That's the way that goes, right? The part where it says it needs to be changed to match rates out in town, what are we talking about? The rate is the same. The San Diego BH rate, there's only 2 rates, with or without dependents. That rate is the same. If you go to fucking housing, right, and you live there, they're going to take, what, 90% of your BH, 95% of your BH? Guess what? My mortgage is covered and some by my BH. It's not my fault I bought a house. It's not my fault I waited to have kids, right? It's not my fault I planned my fucking life. I didn't just fucking jump into fucking, ripping it off and leaving it in when I was fucking 23 or some shit. It's my fault that I'm smart and I fucking, I plan things out and I'm like, hold on, I'm going to get some things in line. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to have these kids right away. I'm going to wait and I'm going to buy a house before I have kids. That's not my fault. You just sound like a disgruntled motherfucker that had like 4 kids, but before they're 25, now you can't afford shit. Now you got to live in housing. So you in the fucking cul-de-sac with fucking 30 other fucking kids and everyone's knocking on your door at all hours of the night talking about, hey, come out and play. Like, shut up, man. So it needs to be changed to match rates out in town. It's the same fucking rate, stupid. Sailors have more money to actually support their families. 1, make rank. 2, we don't get paid enough. That is a thing. I do believe that. We don't get paid enough in basic pay, right? Hold on, let me finish this. If that is not possible, then cola needs to be looked into as well. Sure, I'll take some cola too. I ain't gonna lie, right? I'm gonna take some cola. If you want to pay me some cola, I'm gonna take it, right? Am I hurting for it? No. Will I take it? You damn right. I'm not stupid. I don't turn down money. The current raise and then inflation, right? Yeah, sure, inflation's really up right now, but that's the way that goes, right? Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. All right, Joe. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good night, brother. I appreciate your clearing on. Stop using those fucking big old stupid English, college words with me, Joe. You know better. And this wasn't my voice. I was just reading Reddit. But thanks for joining us, Joe. Appreciate you. Thank you. Right. So like, just playing your life better, right? I'll take cola though, right? We don't get paid enough in basic pay. BH. Right now it's a low, even for a chief, right? Motherfuckers in this neighborhood where I live at, they want $4,000 for a townhome, for a attached 3-bedroom townhome. They want $4,000 in rent. I'm pretty sure my BH ain't covering that, right? So I'm glad that I fucking got in when I got it. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find one more from the MCPON. And then we're out of here for the night. Let me see. Did MCPON reply to that one? No, he did not. I'm reading it just because it's real like fuck the Chiefs centric. So I'm just laughing on the inside. Not that I disagree with it, but Yeah, I'll read it. I'll try to read it as quick as I can because it's kind of funny. The chief's message at an inflection point. Senior E9 leadership needs to decide if they will be servant leadership or separate leadership. Trigger words there, servant leadership, right? Automatically dismissed to me. Because whenever you have to use trigger word shit that you hear in the news or whatever, or that you hear in books or this or that, or even from the Navy itself, I don't think you have a good argument. That's just me. It's vital to return respect to the rank of chief petty officer, and there's a clear path towards doing so. So this person is laying out their clear path to returning respect to the rank of the chief petty officer. I hope that at least in my department, they respect me because I'm the fucking chief and because of what I've shown them. If you're a chief and you feel like you're not being respected, you might want to do something about that yourself. Remove barriers between chiefs and junior sailors. Stop using the term junior sailor. They're a junior sailor. That's what they fucking are. They're junior, we're senior. Now, what the words I won't use is subordinate or superior. Okay. Deliberately reject distinctive uniforming in favor of professional appearing all ranks uniforms. I like my khakis. I ain't gonna lie. I dreamt of the day I would be in khakis. I would not do away with different uniforms or different. I myself wouldn't. I mean, and also I think black and tan fucking NSUs look fucking horribly ugly. They do. Go to a leaders eat last model where we put sailors first. If there are complaints about barracks or ship livability, CPOs must move into those berthings until issues are resolved. Yeah, sure, because a CPO at what's the average 15 years, a CPO that's married with kids is going to go live in the fucking barracks when I fucking pay a mortgage here for a house. Cool. Yeah. No, how about we move the fucking I was going to say kids. It's often term used. How about we move the fucking sailors out of the barracks until the Navy fucking fixes them? How about that? So dumb. DRBs are currently widely variable from responsible and mature forms to discrimination designed to degrade and humiliate. If you're in a DRB and you're a junior sailor and you're being degraded or humiliated, put a semio on them. How about that? Booyah. There it is. If you felt degraded or humiliated, not saying humiliated, because you might feel humiliated because you might have fucked up and you might feel humiliated. But if they're in there yelling at you, degrading you, calling you're a fucking piece of shit, that's a semio. Provide immediate standards and training for DRB members, zero tolerance for unprofessional behavior. So zero tolerance means like drug, you're automatically kicked out. Think about what you're saying before you fucking type it on Reddit. And that's not to say that if someone isn't degraded that they shouldn't be held responsible, but it's saying is just think about what you're fucking saying. Zero tolerance for someone who does it. So what? They're kicked out? So saying you're a piece of shit is as bad as a sailor using drugs? No, it's not. Is it bad? Yes. Is there something that can be done? Yeah, there's something that can be done. Return to the chief to the position of ultimate deck plate leader and technical expert. Stop pushing this to PO2. The chief must be the final technical authority in the area of the expertise, which would require maximum interaction, training, and supervision of the divisions. Okay. But we're too busy doing other collateral bullshit. How about that? Not that that's a good excuse, but that's one of the biggest excuses, that we're too busy doing extra bullshit that we can't be where we want to be. Many of us want to be there, but we can't because we got all this other bullshit that we got to do. Turn the CPO season into professional centralized training by hosting TDY CPO academies in areas of fleet concentration with a specific curriculum. Sailors would depart as PO1s and return to CPOs, utilize senior NCOs from other services to assist in training. No. I would not want any other fucking senior NCO, except maybe some fucking Marines, right, to train any of my PO1s that are selects to becoming chiefs, especially the fucking Air Force. Not the fuck at all. Okay? And I'm not a big proponent of the fucking season. I'm not being that drum at all. But fucking no. Brick and mortar school isn't fucking needed either. Right? I think it's just chiefs that need to do a better fucking job. How do they do that better job? Well, they probably failed when they're fucking at E5 level getting the training that needed to be leaders. Right? I'm a big proponent. I'm a big believer that is the tradition of the Navy, as it says in our CPO creed, that is not, you cannot find it by rank or file or number, right? that has to be passed down. The problem is it hasn't been passed down. It's not getting passed down because so many are so concentrated on themselves and getting to the next level that they're not concentrated on the sailor. That's just what I think. What do I know? I'm a fucking E7 nothing. Right? Hey, that's all we got for tonight. We're at a fucking hour and a half. Thanks for joining in. Leave the comments down below. What do you think about everything we got? I'll post once I get the description up again, I'll post this link to the Reddit MCPON Honia Ask Me Anything that was done on January 20th of this year, 2023. I'll post it on there as well. Again, thanks for joining. It was a good time. I like I said, it's really interesting reading through this stuff and just how much bitching and griping goes on Reddit. I try to stay off it somewhat. I get alerts to it, but I often don't. I've since coming back from deployment, I've stayed off of it because so much of it is just bad. It's just bad. It's not good for me. So thanks for joining us. We'll have more episodes coming up soon. Don't forget, I got my fucking outro here. I don't know where it is. For more information how you can support the podcast, please visit us at anchor.fm/Bravo Zulu podcast. The information, views, and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely of myself, Joshua Moore, and the individuals involved. That's just me. And do not necessarily represent the DOD, DON, or those of the respected institutions or organizations. Thanks for joining us. We out.